What's up, YouTube? So for those of you who watched the prior video about the Rider M gimbal that I just picked up, you'll notice that the Rider M is set up for the larger style action cams that have the full body, the LCD screen on the back. They're not set up for the Hero Session style cameras. So when I was looking at the gimbals, I was really debating between a couple of different ones. I was looking at the Hero5 WG2 and the Rider M, and the reason I came down to the Rider M was just the stabilization quality seemed to be better. It wasn't a big deal, it was a little bit better. The WG2 was nice because it came built for the Hero Sessions and it was waterproof. But at the end of the day, the stabilization on the Rider M just seemed to be a little bit better. Is I bought the adapter kit, and this is how it comes in a little package like this. It's actually from Evo Gimbals. You can buy it on Amazon or directly from Evo itself. Again, there will be a link in the body below, or in the title below. And let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you how this works. Alright, so this will be an unboxing of the Evo Gimbal adapter that is also supposed to be able to be used on the Zhiyun Rider M. Let's take a look at what we get in the kit. First thing you get is a machined screwdriver with a small, what looks like is a Torx bit. Actually may just be a Allen wrench. Let's go put this over here. There are 2 screws in this that will be used to attach the adapter to the back of the gimbal here. And then the hardware itself. Now, all the research I've done says this will fit the Rider M. Let's find out how accurate that is. Now, I believe the first step, let me cinch these down a little bit so that it gets out of the way. You'll notice if these screws are out, it'll prevent the gimbal from turning around. So we need to take out that screw and that screw right there. The screwdriver is a little bit longer than what I would normally like. We need to make sure this is fully seated in there. I was getting a little bit of stripping, probably because it's got some it's got some Loctite, you can see right in there, that wants to prevent it from turning. So when you're unscrewing this, make sure you get that screwdriver set in there deep enough that it's not going to strip out the bolt. Okay, that just slides off like that. Now, this should just set right on there. In theory, you could use these same screws. However, this base right here is a little bit thinner, it looks like. And now it looks like about the same length. However, the kit comes with fresh Loctite, so we'll go ahead and use the bolts that come with the kit and see how they fare. Now, when I'm installing a new screw like this, I'll generally just turn it backwards until I feel the thread set. That way I don't strip anything. Feel the Loctite. Just checking, since these are longer bolts, I want to make sure that I'm not hurting anything. And you probably can't see it, or you may not be able to, but it does come through a little bit right up here up front, which shouldn't hurt anything. We'll find out once we get the camera on and see how it balances, though. Next bolt, turn it backwards. You'll have to turn it backwards probably about a half or 3/4 of a turn until you feel the threads click. Go ahead and cinch that down in. And that is set. So it changes the appearance just ever so slightly. We'll grab a Hero Session adapter. Now this is interesting. It's actually threaded right there already. So you'll notice the normal GoPro adapter has 3 little bars there, and this just sets in between them, so you have a pretty clear indicator of where it needs to go. On this one, it only has 2. So what you need to do is make sure this little bar right here is facing forward, set it in so that the threaded hole is on the very end, and then use the bolts they provide so that you don't have something sticking past the end of the gimbal here, where it may interfere and hit the gimbal and throw the balance off or throw the rotation off. There we go. That's where you use the Allen wrench just to make sure that everything's in. Check the threads on the back. Yes, it's seated. And there you go. Now the reason you have to have this little bar facing forward is obviously it just won't go in the back there. So if you want it to be level at all instead of off canter, you have to do that. And now we have a Rider M that's converted for a session style GoPro camera. Pretty cool. Let's check it out and see if it works. Okay, so for this test I just brought the 2 Hero5 Sessions out. One is mounted on the Zhiyun Rider M, the other just mounted on a selfie stick. And I wanted to see what kind of difference we had in the stabilization as I was walking around with these. So let's see. So right now I'm just walking at a normal pace. Not trying particularly hard to be smooth. Now, with the selfie stick, you can immediately tell I have instant control of where I'm going. Both of these do have stabilization. The stabilization is on both of them. You'll notice the Rider M does take a little while to turn around. That is on purpose for the gimbal. So that if you're hiking, walking, mountain biking, or something else, it's not something that is going to immediately jerk around like the other one will. So this will give us a good sense of what's happening. And you'll see the results when I do. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And we'll see you on the trail next with the gimbal.